There is a strange moment at the beginning of attraction, when two people barely know each other, yet the emotional pull feels stronger than relationships that lasted years. Nothing logical explains it. You don't know their full personality. You don't know their habits. You don't even know if they truly fit your life. And yet, the mind keeps returning to them. You replay conversations. You analyze small gestures. You feel anticipation before seeing their name appear on your phone. Most people call this chemistry. Psychology calls it something else. Mystery. Because attraction rarely begins with certainty. It begins with unanswered questions. And the human brain is wired to chase what it has not fully understood. The brain does not fall in love with reality first. It falls in love with possibility. When someone new enters our awareness, the mind immediately starts filling gaps. We imagine traits we have not yet seen. We project meaning into small actions. We build emotional stories from incomplete information. This process activates dopamine, the chemical of anticipation. Dopamine is not released when something is fully obtained. It rises when something feels almost understood but not completely known. This is why early attraction feels intense. Mystery creates mental engagement. The brain keeps searching for resolution, and every interaction becomes emotionally amplified. A short conversation feels meaningful. A small compliment feels powerful. Even silence feels charged with interpretation. Mystery turns ordinary interaction into emotional significance. When everything about a person becomes immediately visible, the brain stops exploring. Predictability removes cognitive tension. Without tension, curiosity fades. And curiosity is the engine of attraction. People often believe attraction grows through constant availability. But early attraction grows through gradual discovery. Each new detail revealed slowly maintains dopamine activation. Too much information too quickly collapses mystery. The mind reaches emotional conclusion faster than attraction can develop. Early attraction is partially self-created. The brain projects internal desires onto unknown spaces. When someone remains slightly mysterious, the mind fills gaps with ideal qualities. This is not deception, it is human cognition. We are attracted not only to who someone is, but to who our mind imagines they might be. Mystery allows imagination to participate in attraction. Once everything becomes known, imagination retires, and attraction often stabilizes or decreases. Notice what happens when someone feels slightly unpredictable. Attention increases. The brain becomes alert. Emotional investment grows faster. Uncertainty signals importance to the nervous system. From an evolutionary perspective, uncertain outcomes required attention for survival. So the brain naturally prioritizes incomplete emotional information. Mystery keeps attention alive. Attention strengthens attraction. Silence during early attraction often feels deeper than conversation, because silence creates interpretive space. The mind starts wondering, what are they thinking? How do they feel? What does that look mean? Questions intensify emotional engagement. Mystery transforms absence into meaning, and meaning deepens attraction faster than information. Attraction grows where discovery continues. The moment discovery stops, emotional intensity stabilizes. Mystery is not about hiding. It is about allowing identity to unfold naturally instead of being fully revealed immediately. People who maintain internal depth, hobbies, thoughts, emotional independence naturally appear mysterious because their identity cannot be instantly decoded, and the human brain is endlessly fascinated by depth. There is something the human mind rarely admits openly. We are not only attracted to kindness, beauty, or compatibility. We are deeply attracted to what we cannot immediately access. Not because humans enjoy difficulty, but because the brain equates mystery with depth. When someone reveals everything about themselves too quickly, the mind reaches emotional certainty, and certainty ends exploration. But when parts of a person remain slowly unfolding, the brain assumes there is more beneath the surface. This assumption alone increases perceived value. The subconscious constantly evaluates people using incomplete information. When someone speaks less but with clarity, when their reactions are calm instead of predictable, when their emotional world is not instantly visible, the brain interprets this as complexity. Complexity creates intrigue. Intrigue creates attention, and attention is the foundation of attraction. This is why early attraction often forms around people who feel emotionally self-contained. They are present, yet not fully readable. The mind begins asking questions automatically. What are they really thinking? What motivates them? What makes them different? Each unanswered question strengthens emotional engagement. Mystery also activates something powerful: perceived scarcity. Scarcity does not mean playing games. It simply means emotional energy is not constantly available. When attention feels limited, the brain assigns higher importance to it. This is a survival mechanism. Throughout evolution, rare resources demanded focus. The same mechanism applies socially. If someone's emotional presence feels selective rather than constant, it becomes meaningful. Not because they are distant, but because their attention feels intentional. And intentional attention feels valuable. Many people unintentionally reduce attraction by accelerating emotional exposure. They share fears, history, insecurities, and expectations too early. The intention is honesty, but psychologically, early oversharing removes emotional pacing. Attraction requires gradual emotional layering. When everything becomes known immediately, emotional discovery disappears. The nervous system stops anticipating future understanding. And anticipation is the emotional fuel of early attraction. Mystery allows emotional rhythm. Oversharing collapses it. One of the strongest sources of mystery is emotional independence. A person who enjoys connection but does not rely on it for emotional stability creates subtle intrigue. Their mood does not fluctuate based on every interaction. They do not chase reassurance. They remain internally grounded. This calm independence communicates something powerful to the subconscious. This person has a life beyond this interaction, and the mind becomes curious about that unseen world. Attraction grows toward individuals who appear internally complete, because completeness suggests emotional strength. Every time the brain encounters incomplete emotional information, dopamine rises. The brain seeks closure. It wants to understand fully, but mystery delays closure just enough to sustain interest. This creates a loop. Curiosity, interaction, partial understanding, more curiosity. As long as this loop continues, attraction remains active. When full certainty arrives too quickly, the loop ends, and emotional excitement decreases. Predictability creates comfort, but early attraction thrives on subtle unpredictability. Not instability, but spontaneity, unexpected humor, unexpected opinions, unexpected emotional depth revealed slowly. These moments interrupt mental patterns. The brain wakes up, and emotional presence intensifies. Mystery keeps perception fresh. Without freshness, attraction blends into familiarity too soon. Mystery is often misunderstood as emotional withdrawal. But real mystery is not absence. It is depth without explanation. A mysterious person is emotionally available, yet not fully transparent immediately. They allow connection while maintaining individuality. Distance creates insecurity. Mystery creates curiosity. The difference lies in emotional warmth. Warmth with depth sustains attraction. Coldness destroys it. People often describe early attraction as confusing because logically they know little about the person. Yet emotionally, interest grows rapidly. This happens because mystery activates imagination. Imagination amplifies emotion faster than reality. The mind fills unknown spaces with meaning, and meaning strengthens attachment even before true familiarity exists. In early attraction, people are partly connecting with possibility, not only with the person themselves. Too much mystery creates frustration. Too little mystery creates boredom. Attraction lives between these extremes. Enough openness to feel safe. Enough depth to remain curious. This balance is rarely taught. Yet it explains why some connections ignite instantly while others remain neutral despite compatibility. There is a moment in every developing connection when mystery begins to change its form. At the beginning, mystery creates attraction because the mind is searching. But over time, mystery must transform. Otherwise, connection cannot deepen. And this is where many people unknowingly lose attraction. They believe mystery disappears naturally with familiarity. But psychology shows something more precise. Mystery does not disappear because people learn about each other. Mystery disappears when emotional growth stops. In early attraction, every interaction reveals something new. Each conversation expands perception. The brain remains alert because discovery continues. But once routines form, interactions become expected. Messages arrive at predictable times. Responses become emotionally rehearsed. Behavior becomes fully readable. The nervous system relaxes completely. Relaxation builds attachment, but it also reduces emotional stimulation. The brain no longer anticipates surprise, and without anticipation, dopamine activity lowers. This is why people sometimes say, "Nothing is wrong, but something feels missing." What feels missing is not love. It is psychological discovery. Mystery survives when identity evolves. A person who continues growing, learning new perspectives, developing passions, expanding emotional awareness, never becomes fully predictable. Their partner continues discovering new layers. Attraction then shifts from curiosity about the unknown person to curiosity about the evolving person. The difference is subtle but powerful. Early attraction asks, "Who are you?" Lasting attraction asks, "Who are you becoming?" Growth replaces mystery without destroying it. One of the greatest destroyers of mystery is emotional overmerging. When two people share every thought instantly, spend every moment together emotionally, and remove all personal space, individuality fades. Without individuality, perception stabilizes. And perception without variation stops stimulating attention. Emotional space allows perception to reset. Absence creates renewed observation. Even small separations allow the brain to notice the other person again instead of assuming them. This is why reunion often feels warmer than constant proximity. The mind rediscovers what familiarity had hidden. Mystery is often mistaken for control, but its real power comes from emotional self-possession. A person who is comfortable with silence, comfortable with pauses, comfortable not explaining everything immediately signals inner stability. Stability creates trust, but unexplained depth creates intrigue. Together, they produce attraction. The brain senses emotional strength, and emotional strength feels safe yet exciting at the same time. Ironically, the biggest enemy of mystery is fear of losing connection. When fear appears, people rush to secure certainty. They overcommunicate. They clarify every emotion. They remove ambiguity completely. The intention is closeness, but psychologically, this removes emotional breathing room. The relationship becomes fully defined too quickly, and attraction rarely survives inside emotional certainty alone. Mystery requires tolerance for the unknown, and tolerance for the unknown requires inner security. True mystery is never artificial. It is not silence used as strategy. It is authenticity that unfolds naturally over time. People who live fully within their own interests, thoughts, and emotional worlds naturally appear intriguing, because they are not performing for attraction. They are simply living, and authenticity cannot be fully predicted. The subconscious recognizes this immediately, which is why genuine confidence often feels mysterious without effort. Healthy relationships do not eliminate mystery, they transform it. Early mystery creates emotional spark. Later mystery becomes emotional depth. Instead of wondering what someone will do, partners begin wondering how deeply they can still grow together. This transition allows attraction and attachment to coexist. Without it, relationships either remain shallow or become emotionally flat. Mystery was never about hiding yourself. It was about allowing connection to unfold at a human pace. Attraction begins when curiosity awakens. It survives when individuality remains alive. And it deepens when two people continue evolving instead of becoming emotionally finished versions of themselves. The paradox is simple. The more comfortable someone becomes with themselves, the more naturally mysterious they appear to others. Because depth cannot be rushed, and attraction always moves toward depth. Most people spend their lives trying to understand attraction as something external, appearance, words, or perfect timing. But attraction begins much deeper. It begins in uncertainty, grows through discovery, and survives through individuality. Mystery is not distance. Mystery is the space where curiosity breathes. And maybe the real reason early attraction feels powerful is because, for a brief moment, two people are not trying to control connection. They are simply exploring it. If this changed how you understand attraction, stay with Voxlore Audio. Because understanding human psychology does not just change relationships. It changes how you experience connection itself. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to the Voxlore Audio and continue exploring the psychology most people never learn.